Are investors paying fair value for mining stocks at today's prices? Joining me now is Derek Macpherson. He is the Vice President of Mining Analysis at Red Cloud Klondike Strike. Welcome back to the show, Derek.
Thank you very much for having me again.
So last time we spoke, I think it was back in November, you mentioned that you didn't feel that the miners were fairly valued. How's your assessment changed since then?
Well, I think in late last year we got our usual tax loss selling punishment for a lot of junior miners, and obviously that creates that gap to fair value. Much better start to the year than the end of 2018, and I think so. We're starting to see good projects attract value, and we're starting to see some good momentum. I don't know if we're quite at fair value just yet, especially with gold up around that 1330 mark. But I think we're starting to see the possibility that companies actually can get there now.
Derek, what do you make of the consolidation we've been seeing in the mining space? Obviously, Barrick's bid here for Newmont without a premium. Is this going to be more of a trend we're going to be seeing?
I think for the mega mergers, I guess, in the gold space, the no premium bids I don't think is something you're going to see as a trend. I don't think most other companies are going to accept them. I think it's relatively unique. I actually think, though, that the conversation around a Barrick Newmont merger is going to create an unsustainable gold company. We haven't seen a lot of money spent on the ground in exploration, and the size of gold deposit that those miners need to find to sustain their current the production profiles just doesn't exist.
Right, and that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Now, other people will argue that mega mergers of these sorts will be able to shed light on deposits that they weren't necessarily paying attention to, give an opportunity to maybe another company come in, pick up those deposits, and give them the attention it deserves.
I think that's probably a very good point. I think you're probably going to see as many as 2 to 3 mid-tier companies created out of the mergers that have sort of happened now. If Barrick Newmont happens, you probably get another 2 or 3 after that. Sort of these unloved B assets in those portfolios that need some good management attention. We've seen that before.
So overall, do you feel that shareholders will win or don't win in a mega mergers of this magnitude?
Mergers of this scale, other than some head office costs, aren't real synergies. The exception being Barrick and Newmont in Nevada, there's real synergies there, but there's a way to get those synergies without them being a single company. So I don't know if shareholders are actually going to see a lot of value created out of these mergers.
Let's talk about the GDX, which has outperformed gold bullion this year. Derek, how much of this do you feel is short covering versus improved fundamentals of miners that we're seeing?
One of the things that we've noticed this year is that we've gotten a lot more interest from generalists, inbound calls from generalists on our financing side. And so that tells me that generalists are looking for gold exposure. Well, the natural way for generalists to quickly get gold exposure without doing a lot of work on the space is to buy the GDX. So I think this is improving fundamentals for gold and looking for that leveraged exposure that the GDX provides.
Speaking about improving fundamentals for gold, gold struggling to keep momentum here above 1330. What's it going to take? Do you feel good about it?
It was interesting. We had Don Cox present at our conference on Friday, and what Don said, and it was very important, is that we've seen gold rally, but we didn't see silver rally. Normally silver leads a gold rally, and so we haven't seen that yet. So I don't know I think we need to see silver move a little bit, and then I think we'll be off to
That's a different thought. So you actually think silver has to kind of create the spark for gold?
Silver's a leverage play on gold, right? And so typically if you have sentiment and precious metals demand increasing, you'll get silver will have a much quicker run than gold.
Outside of gold, silver, anything else you're eyeing that you think is a breakout star? Palladium?
We actually really like palladium. It's been absolutely on fire though, and very difficult to get exposure on the equity side. I think we got to see it settle in here above 1,500 for a while, and then I think you're going to get probably another leg up after that.
Derek Macpherson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We've only just begun. We're going to have so much more for you. Stay tuned to our PDAC coverage 2019 on Kitco.com.